Welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. When we last met, it was almost time for tea with Manuela, so now it's time for tea with Manuela. Yeah, what a great intro that was. Okay. It doesn't matter which of these I pick. I guess I just want to not pick the one that other people might want, but I don't know what that is either, so let's do this one.
Thank you for your invitation. To what do I owe this surprise?
It's your birthday!
Thank you. Oh, what fun.
What fun.
Huh?
I know what she likes.
Yeah.
I could see her liking either one of these.
Oh.
Alright, yep. Chance to complain, always a good time.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Am I that terrible of a woman? So I'm a little unkempt. What of it?
I bet she's gonna like this. Nope. I lose again. Dang. You timed too challenging.
Thanks for the treat. Come by the infirmary anytime you need anything. I'll be waiting, Professor.
Well, we got the charm boost. Alright, so here we are, and we get one intermediate seal rather than 5 like we did the beginner seals. I don't know what's up with that. We do have some certifications we can do. We also have some supports. Let's do supports.
Is the water supposed to be this cold? God, my hand slipped again. Hey, what's that noise? What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry, okay? Another fine mess I've gotten myself into.
What happened, Claude? You're soaked.
The student whose turn it was to do the dishes today was ill, so I volunteered to take his place. The dining hall lady was on my case the whole time for breaking plates and getting water everywhere. Actually, not everywhere, mostly on myself. It was just one big mess. It wore me right out, too. I could really use a nap about now.
You might be a noble with a fancy bloodline, but you sure don't act the part.
Being noble or common doesn't have anything to do with washing dishes.
Oh, I dare say most nobles would refuse to do it.
I know one that
I
would.
prefer it your way. You don't act like you're better than everyone.
I'm honored that you acknowledge my greatness. And I'm rather fond of your blunt way of praising a person's strengths, too.
Really? To be honest, I don't actually trust my own ability to read people. I like to look for the good in them, but that doesn't always mean it's really there. I mean, you seem like a good person, but your heart could be black for all I know.
You say you can't figure people out, but what you said just now was pretty shrewd. It's wise not to trust appearances alone.
I'll keep that in mind. Though, I'm not sure I should be taking advice from someone covered in dish suds.
Ah, yeah, I see your point.
Okay.
Meat is the best! Veggies and fish are great too, but there's nothing like a good cut of meat.
May I join you?
Whoa.
Hey, Lawrence, you here to eat? It looks like you barely grabbed anything.
Please, this amount will suffice for me. There's no need to compare our portions.
No wonder you're so skinny. My little sis eats more than you. Come on, have some of mine. You need it more than I do.
You offer me half-eaten scraps? The nerve! With manners like that, even a nobleman would be an absolute disgrace. Have you no dignity?
You're pretty touchy, huh? It's probably just because you're hungry.
Oh my god.
Raphael, please, do you mind? I cannot enjoy the simple pleasure of a meal in these conditions.
Why can't you enjoy your meal? You don't like what's on the menu? You wait here. I'll go to the kitchen and find something tastier for you.
That won't be necessary. Please, just let me eat. In peace. Alone.
I don't think you get it, Lawrence. Nothing goes with a meal better than good company. If leading the Alliance is your goal, you should really try eating with other people first.
I'm afraid I fail to see the connection between leadership and dining.
Wait, really?
If you want to be a leader, you have to know how to get along with different types of people, right? If you really want to get to know someone, all you have to do is share a meal with them.
Quite the contrary, unfortunately. It seems the more time I spend eating with you, the less likely we are to become friends.
The more you eat with someone, the more you learn about them. Their likes, their dislikes, you know? You might get some of their food that way too. You can eat more and bulk up. All that talking made me hungry again. I'm gonna go get seconds.
What an absolute bother. But I suppose he does have a point about observations of character at the dinner table.
Yeah, Raphael with the insight. I mean, Lawrence is the one who's inviting people to dinner all the time for basically that exact reason. Why is this so surprising to him?
I think I'm gonna pass out. Whoa, Lysithia, you're really pale. Yeah, I've been feeling really queasy all morning. I'm just heading back to my quarters to rest. Can you even make it there in that state? Here, climb on my back. I'll carry you. What? No. I'm not some sort of infant. Always worried about looking like a kid. No time for that now. Just get on. I'm feeling a bit better now. I should be okay from here. Thank you so much, Leonie. I hope I wasn't too heavy. Was I? No, not at all. Actually made for a fun bit of training. Training? Yeah. Carrying someone around is good for the legs. You're just the right weight for it, too. I might ask you to help me train again sometime.
Awkward.
Anything can be a kind of training with the right attitude, you know? Are you always thinking about training? Well, I can't devote all my time purely to training, so it's more efficient if I can train while I get other stuff done at the same time. Wouldn't that actually be rather inefficient? Huh? What do you mean? Well, for example, if you're training for endurance, it seems running would be a better approach. If you're only ever training by cramming it in with other tasks, you won't be getting the best results. I'm no expert on the subject, but even I can logic that one out. Come to think of it, you do always seem to stick to a pretty rigid schedule, don't you? I've noticed that you focus completely on whatever it is you've set out to do. Then you switch to something else and focus completely on that. You've noticed, have you? Now that I think about it, you may be right. Maybe that is the more efficient way to do things. Hey, you're really bright, Lysithia. Thanks so much for the helpful advice. That was sweet of Leonie to check on me and carry me all the way to my quarters. And in the end, I just lectured her. She did thank me for it, but I probably could have handled that better.
Yeah, probably. But she also was saying to somebody, like, oh, nobody ever compliments me about my work ethic or whatever. I think it was to Byleth. But hey, Leonie just did.
Aw, are you sure? Thank you so much. You're always so kind to me. I'll have to repay you sometime. Lysithia?
what are you doing there? Don't tell me you were listening just now and judging me getting other people to do my work for me. I've got better things to do. Although, I do wonder why everyone is always so eager to help you. I only ask for help if they offer. I don't ever pressure people. So I've noticed. That's what strikes me as odd. I suppose they're just so taken with me they want to help me out. I see. That would explain it. Oh dear, I was expecting you to argue, not to agree with me right away. There's no reason to deny what's clearly true. Everything about your outward appearance is immaculate and well thought out. Even your fingernails are always well kept and painted. No doubt your toenails are the same. I can't tell if you're complimenting me or accusing me of something. And you smell delightful, like candy. Or wait, am I catching a hint of floral? I'm so glad you noticed. It's oil extracted from a flower that only blooms at night. Floral oils, huh? I didn't think they had much use outside of homeopathy and house cleaning. I have some right here, actually. Here, I can give you a splash. There we go. I put it on your wrists, so you'll want to rub them together. Body heat is what activates the scent. Your wrists and your neck are relatively warm, so they're good spots to apply the fragrance. For a very subtle fragrance, you can also try putting it under your clothing. So, what do you think? It's lovely. Now I smell just like you, Hilda. Somehow, this makes me feel a little more mature. Thank you. So that's it. She just wants to feel more grown up. She's hard to read, that one. That smile, though. Who knew she could be so cute?
I have nothing to say about that support. Okay, so... Right, certifications. Byleth, Claude, Raphael, and Leonie are all ready. I don't think... Alright, you can see it here. Yeah, I don't think any of them actually got their mastery skill. Lysithea has hers. I don't know how worth it is to stay in a class in order to get the mastery skill. It's something I'll think about at some point. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade everyone. So we can do Thief or Mercenary. I also don't know what the mastery skills for those are. Oh, we could also do Priest Byleth if we wanted to, but I don't. Yeah, actually... I'm gonna do a little research on this subject, so I will be right back. Alright, so after some more poking around, I've learned some things. So, oops, no, that's not. So specifically, there's not a ton of differences between the classes. Unsurprisingly, Thief is a little bit more focused on speed. Mercenary is still gets a bonus to speed, but also bonus to strength. It's all pretty marginal stuff, especially since you're only in the class for like a handful of levels. So like the growth rate bonuses don't really matter that much. And then Mercenary gets Vantage as the mastery skill. Thief gets Steal. So the thing about Steal in this game is it doesn't like do almost anything. There's so few occasions where you can steal. Lock Touch is useful, but Steal just isn't really And then for what it's worth, let's see. Archers get hit plus 20. Brigands get death blow. And somebody gets desperation. Might be Cavaliers. I think Cavaliers get desperation. Anyway, none of those are really Byleth's options. Oh, Brawlers get unarmed combat. I mean, honestly, the death blow for Brigand, that's like really... but for Byleth's case, I'm going to go Mercenary, because I think as much as I took no advantage of Vantage in my last playthrough, I think it is at least better than Steel. So, yeah. Who knows, maybe I'll find a way to take advantage of it and actually remember that I have it. Probably not, but maybe. Alright, so then Claude. I mentioned archers get hit plus 20 and brigands get death blow. Well, I mean, we know which one of those is better. And also, trading some dex and luck for strength seems like a good trade-off. However, archers do get bow range plus 1. So there is some argument for going archer for that reason. The bow range is definitely really nice. Man, it would really be nice to get the built-in death blow. So I think I am gonna go brigand for that reason.
Pretty well.
Alright, and then Raphael. It would also be nice to get him death blow, and honestly, like, it fits him better anyway. Like, unarmed combat, doesn't really need, I mean, he can use gauntlets regardless, and once he gets to the higher tier, like, he'll continue to be able to use gauntlets, you know. So that I think brigand is the way to go for him as well. Okay, what is the classes at this level again? Grappler. That's the class I'm thinking of. So you still get like fist fair and unarmed combat there. Anyway. Yeah, death blow good. Assuming we can get to it, of course.
Yeah, I passed.
Oh, and I guess these are 5 move classes, right? Yeah, it just doesn't show it on that screen. I find that so confusing. Alright, Leonie, whatever your name is. We've got Cavalier unlocked for her, which was always the plan anyway. She actually can't be an archer, which is a little surprising. So I guess that, yeah, there's not really anything to decide here. Cavalier.
All that hard work's paid off.
Yeah, so maybe at some point I'll do, like, in an auxiliary battle, I'll switch them all back to their unpromoted class or their previous tier class to try to get the mastery skills. Maybe even like send them as adjutants in an auxiliary battle. That could be a thing. I haven't really decided how I want to approach that yet. But in the meantime, it is Definitely time to explore.
A stone? A stone. I do not understand. Yet, as I think of it, the pounding in my chest grows faster still. But is that me? Or is it you?
It's you.
Mercedes. Her face looks familiar.
She said the same thing about you. Huh. That's gotta be something that gets clarified in the Blue Lions route, right? Gotta be. Or maybe... Huh. I know that she used to be an Adrestian Empire noble, and there's at least some possibility that Yuritsa is related to or is involved with those who slither in the dark, who are also related to the Adrestian Empire. So maybe there's something going on there that has to do with why she ended up in the kingdom. I don't know. Something. Maybe he got. Maybe Yuritsa got mind crushed or something. I don't know.
The Western Church. The Central Church. They believe in the same goddess, but oppose one another. Fodlan is a complicated place.
I am sorry that the kingdom's unrest did not stop with Lord Lonato. Professor, the hero's relics are incredibly powerful. Please, be on your guard.
Alright, House versus House Lance Tournament. So... I think we're still gonna want to enter probably Claude, but let's see. 17 strength, 13 speed, 8 defense, 36 HP. 17 strength, 14 speed, 12. Whoa. Nope. We want to enter Leone. We do. Yep, okay. Not that it probably really matters. Oh, she gets to use the horse? That doesn't seem fair. Oh, it didn't even...
That takes care of that.
Hit her in 2 rounds? That's pretty bad. That's more like it. Bernadetta.
That takes care of that.
Doesn't seem like something Bernadetta would voluntarily enter into.
That takes care
Just
of that.
drives them all into the corner. Alright. Might as well use that thing, of course.
I'd call that a win.
It's gotta be against Dimitri in the finals, right? Yep. And she doubles him?
I'll celebrate later.
I do wish the students themselves got something for being in the tournaments. But hey, we got a new intermediate seal, so that's nice.
I'm not secretly eating cake. You're getting pretty good at talking through the door, Professor.
It's awful, just awful what happened with the rite of rebirth. The infirmary. Well, it was a mess. Things are finally calm again, and so I've come here to unwind. Let me tell you, I put all of my knowledge to use keeping those kids alive. Still, the truth of it is that when someone faces death for the first time, well, they figure out who they are. They learn if they can do it again. We can't lose them, Professor. Not to battle or to cowardice. If you can keep them going, then I will too.
Dang, Manuela. Seems pretty out of sorts there.
Why is that fish so still? Wait, is it swimming sideways? Perhaps it is resigned to its woeful fate of being plucked from the water and eaten. Ah, Professor, you are so outgoing with all of the students. I would like to have more opportunities to connect with you, though I'm certain my brother would disapprove. Might you help me with a favor?
Oh, nice. We get the... Finally can spend renown on the statues and then find out how much I have left over to spend on other stuff.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Oh, come to think of it, last month there was something to report, wasn't there? Thanks to you, I hear that everything was resolved. I never realized that bandits had entered. I'm not a great guard after all, am I? I hope you will forgive me one day.
Don't worry. I still love you.
I could use your help.
Alright, we're gonna get the merchants unlocked, and we got some more useful auxiliary battles to do, which will be nice.
Could you help me out?
And the blacksmith is going to be available soon. Excellent.
Knew I could count on you.
Huzzah! Forging.
Professor, please leave Sylvain alone for the time being. The thing is, the bandit's leader who stole the relic is Sylvain's disinherited older brother.
Yeah, I know.
Hail, Professor. If I may introduce myself, I am Gilbert. My life has been spent as a dedicated knight. I am to accompany you on your assignment. I may have slowed a step in recent years, but I pledge to you the full extent of my abilities. No, Professor. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you.
The coffin of Saros in the Holy Mausoleum should have held her remains. Instead, they say it held the sword of the Creator. What could it mean?
What indeed?
Some people are unhappy because they don't have the crest they want. And some are unhappy because they have a crest they never asked for.
Yeah, I suppose she's probably one of the latter? Because she does have a mystery crest.
The head of the Western Church holds the title of Bishop. That's not as distinguished as an archbishop, such as Lady Rhea, but it still comes with a fair amount of authority. If someone in that position plotted an assassination, I cannot help but think it must have been instigated by some outside force. There are bishops in the Eastern Church as well, but to speak frankly, they do not have much impact. They are under the influence of both the Archbishop and the Leicester Alliance, so their ability to voice grievances is quite limited.
He says archbishops such as Lady Rhea as if there's like other ones, but I don't think there are.
For a hero's relic to be stolen, it's unheard of.
And just last month, the sword of the Creator was almost stolen too.
Also quite unheard of. What impudence.
Impudence, indeed.
It seems that our next mission is another bandit hunt. This time I've heard that their leader is the son of a noble family. What a complete disgrace to the nobility.
That man I walked past earlier, that wasn't Lord Rodrigue, was it? House Fraldarius is a powerful noble family, linked to the founding of Fargus. Lord Rodrigue, its current leader, is a magnificent warrior. He's known as the Shield of Fargus. A dozen or so years ago, during the Northern Campaign in Strang, he performed splendidly as the king's right hand. Come to think of it, wasn't there someone from House Fraldarius amongst this year's students?
Yep.
You acquitted yourself honorably last month. To think they'd go into the Holy Mausoleum and assault the Goddess Tower. I cannot imagine the Western Church was acting on its own. Someone must have been helping them. As for the masked knight who escaped, his days are numbered. I hope we find him soon, so I can kill him myself.
I am Rodrigue Achille Fraldarius. I bear the great honor of serving as a lord in the kingdom of Fargus. I have come in Margrave Gautier's stead to retrieve their stolen relic. However, as I hear it, a group of students is to attend to this matter. I sincerely hope no harm comes to any of them.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I can't believe my own brother is the leader of the bandits. House Gautier is my true home. And his. Please, Professor. He really is one of the worst people I've ever known. But we share the same blood. We're still family.
I'm gonna keep training until I can beat you.
You can't beat me. I'm invincible!
I have never had goings to the kingdom's north. I hear the people of North are cold and have much loneliness. Professor, I hear you have worked as a mercenary in the kingdom. Did you find joy in this? You cannot remember? Is that having possibility? I have amazement.
Me too.
Hey, Professor. Don't you think everyone's making too big a fuss over these crests or heroes relics or whatever they're called? How important can that stuff really be? Personally, I don't even care that I don't have a crest. I'll take muscles over crests any day. Heck, I'll take muscles over a hot meal. Actually...
Yeah. Raphael, you are the most predictable.
The Leicester Alliance is governed through roundtable conferences between the 5 most prominent allied dukes, the 5 great lords. First and foremost is Duke Regan, the Alliance's leader. Joining him are the heads of House Goneril, House Gloucester, and House Ordelia. Lastly, there is the newest addition, Margrave Edmund. These 5 each have voting power in the conferences. Before House Edmund, it was House Daphne that was counted amongst the 5. However, it is said that the head of that family relinquished their vote to House Edmund, which had only recently risen to significance.
I don't remember who is part of House Daphne. Anybody? I mean, Judith. I remember that part, but... Looks like nobody in my house, at least, is part of Daphne.
Is it true that Lady Rhea entrusted the Sword of the Creator to you? I can hardly even fathom you being capable of wielding something of such power. Just who are you anyway? I thought school life would be peaceful and quiet, with a sprinkle of drama to keep things interesting. But since you arrived, it's been one thing after another. Is that just a coincidence, I wonder? What do you mean? I don't like the way you said that. Stop trying to spook me.
Darn. Okay. Guess she wanted me to say I think so.
Professor, if you're heading to the kingdom, I would recommend taking a coat. It's chilly, even at this time of year. It also rains a fair bit. Don't get caught out there without protection, or you're sure to catch a cold.
You and your class were at that fight in the Holy Mausoleum, right? I sincerely hope the holy artifacts are unscathed. I admit I wish I could have been there to see it all, even if it does make me queasy. But I was there too early. I'd gone first thing in the morning. At noon, one of the monks chased me out, saying I'd been there too long. Who were they to decide when I've been somewhere too long?
Maybe it was one of the bad monks that chased you out.
So, you have a crest too, eh, Professor? Does that mean you're descended from nobility? You've certainly got the look for it. I sure do wish there were more nobles like you, Professor. A teacher, a mercenary, and so very mysterious. How could a girl ever get enough?
Think of it. The sword of the Creator, belonging to the ancient king Nemesis. You have to master it as soon as you can. I can't wait to face off against such a legendary weapon.
I don't think we can just, like, duel with me wielding that safely. Like, that's not how that works.
Hey, I heard about the things you did. I'm so glad Lady Rhea is safe. I figure you're a great person after all, Professor.
Well, thank you.
Oof. This wasn't the first time I've taken part in an Alliance Roundtable conference, but it was still exhausting. There's not enough cooperation in that group, especially from Lawrence's father. But at least my grandfather was surprisingly alert. Judging by that, I'd say he's got at least 5 more years in him.
Huh. Okay, I guess Claude's not gone. Makes me wonder why they even brought it up at this point.
So the whole plan to attack the monastery was some plot devised by the Western Church? That means they used Linhardt. What right do they have to drag a good man like him into their schemes?
I think it's more complicated than that.
You have helped me so much.
Alright. Time to talk to Statue Man.
Need something?
So, we've got 3 XP plus 10s at 2,500 a pop that we can get, and then we can get bow and brawling skills plus 2. I probably actually ought to get the bow and brawling skills before I start getting the XP, because I am training people in those things.
This one? You're all set. This one? You're all set.
Alright, so now what caps would we want to raise? Strength and speed, clearly. If we were going to do so at all.
This one? You're all set.
Which I'm not right now, but probably Def and Res over Magic and Dex.
This one? You're all set.
Alright, so we've still got 2 more XP plus 10% that we can get with the next 5 grand, so I'm not gonna even spend any renown on anything else.
See you again soon.
So how the statue's looking now? Yeah, it's still. Oh, I guess this one's like a little bit more plated than this one or something.
Isn't it strange? Saint Seros's body was missing from her coffin, but they found a sword in its place. Do you think she moved from her coffin and left the sword behind?
She moved from... Did she say moved or was moved? Well, I guess I can't bring up the log right now, but anyway. Also, I was talking about the Yuritsa thing. She does have a similar hair color to Yuritsa as well.
I've had a chance to spar with Gilbert of the Knights of Seros before. I couldn't get a single strike in. If that man is accompanying you on your assignment, you can rest assured that no harm will come to you. To be honest, he kind of reminds me of someone. But no, it must be my imagination, right?
No, it's not.
You guys have it bad in your own way. But believe me when I say we've got it bad too. With all that happened last month, a great many knights were dispatched to the Western Church. And now we must set out for the Eastern Church, located in the far east of the Leicester Alliance. If I must die in Alliance territory, I wish it wasn't in the mountains in the middle of nowhere. I'd much rather go on a sightseeing trip to Deirdre. Oh, you don't know? Deirdre is House Regan's domain. It's called the Aquatic Capital.
Alright, advice box, advice box. I often hear ridiculous rumors about ghosts appearing in the monasteries. In the monastery, it's nonsense and it's disrupting my studies. There aren't really ghosts, are there? Silly Lysithia, there are no ghosts.
The assassination attempt on Lady Rhea, the theft of a hero's relic. I am up to my ears in foul news of recent. Speaking of, there's a terrifying rumor swirling around Garreg Mach these days. Apparently, a spirit of death wielding a huge scythe has been kidnapping young maidens. Will the madness never end?
We took care of him already.
Don't you think Professor Hanneman's been acting a bit strange? Maybe he's made some kind of big discovery.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my! The crest of flames? Could it really? Yes, the actual crest of flames! Ha ha ha! No, that is quite enough. I should compose myself. I must remain objective in my research. Objective, professional. The scandal with the Western Church troubles me. We cannot afford to let ourselves be swept along, and yet...
Dang it, I needed to compliment his composure. The crest of flames, woo!
Captain Gerald was all furrowed brow earlier. Do you know what's got him so concerned? If there's a problem, I want to help any way I can. I did, but he just dodged the question. Still, it's worrying to see him like that.
Yeah, he's probably worried about what's going on with his so-called kid.
Ah, Professor. Gerald was looking for you. It seems he has gone off somewhere. If he is not in his room, then surely someone has seen him. Ask around. I have something to ask of you.
Sure.
I have something to ask of you.
Sure.
You must be rather bewildered by the power that was hidden within. However, know that I believe in you. I have no doubt that you will use that power justly. You will most certainly fulfill the grand destiny that the goddess has seen fit to grant you.
So confident, Rhea. So confident.
May I ask a favor of you?
Oh, Professor, are you looking for Captain Gerald? I just saw him in the Knight's Hall a little while ago. He was talking with a female knight, but I didn't get a good look at who she was.
Oh, Gerald? He said something about visiting a grave. There's a graveyard attached to the monastery, so you'll probably find him there. I can't remember where the graveyard is, but I bet Sedith knows.
I mean, I know where it is.
We're back. Ah, the graveyard. Of course I know it. It can be a little hard to find. Would you like me to show you where it is? Very well.
It's so weird. It's like, I already knew where he was. Also, you can't fast travel there, which is...
Don't you think Professor Hanneman's been acting a bit strange? Maybe he's made some kind of big discovery.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Smoke weed every day.
Some people are unhappy and some are unhappy. Oh, thank you.
Smoke weed every day.
I appreciate your effort.
Hey, I wanted to ask you to join me, but I couldn't find you. So, here I am. I was thinking we should visit your mother. She's resting beneath this humble grave. Oh, of course you would ask that. I wouldn't know where to begin. I suppose I haven't talked much about her. She was gentle and smart. Oh, so smart. A wonderful cook. Always kind to everyone. And she loved flowers. Whenever I brought her back an unusual flower, her face would light up. I cherish those memories. I can't count how many times she made me happy just by smiling. And she smiled the most when she was pregnant with you. She died right after you were born. She wasn't able to spend much time with you, but she loved you with all her heart. That's the truest thing I know. Never forget it. This ring is the only keepsake I have of her. In time, it will be yours. One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
Well done. You have my thanks.
I mean, maybe... I guess maybe Geralt really is Violet's dad. The way he talked about Violet's mom, you would think he did care for her quite a bit. I guess he could have loved her without being Violet's dad, though. Alright, it's time to start spending our activity points. And as usual, we're going to start with choir practice with Lysithea and Marianne.
Singing with... I can't... I think
Silence.
it's coming along.
Huh. Unexpected and honestly not particularly what I wanted either. Oh well. Alright, cooking time. So we've cooked with Claude, Lorenz, Ignatz, Lysithea. We did, yeah, we cooked with Marianne. We haven't cooked with Hilda yet.
I'm a decent cook, but nothing to write home about. Don't set your expectations too high. Cooking can be kind of fun sometimes, though not something I'd want to do every day. Oh, definitely.
Right, and eating. So everyone's at max motivation. Let's do South and Flame again. They like fish.
Ah, meals always taste best when...
Do you not enjoy eating when it...
Alright, next up is going to be Manuela and Cyril.
This is a wonderful dish. You could sell this in any restaurant in the capital.
This is so good. Can I have seconds?
I don't mind. Next up, Catherine and Lorenz.
Eating food always fires me up. Hoorah! Let's go fight somebody!
Oh my gosh.
I did not expect much from the dining hall, but this does not disappoint.
Alright, apparently Ignatz has a support with Mercedes, and she likes fish, so I'm just gonna keep doing this, because I'm getting like a ton of support points out of this, it seems like, because I keep triggering sports to unlock, so let's get it. More fish, more fish.
This food is a revelation.
This is my absolute favorite. How did you know, Professor?
And also, I ran out of faculty members to eat with who like fish. Alright, Marianne and Linhardt, let's go.
I find it difficult to eat when you stare.
My apologies. You and the professor are both so fascinating, I simply cannot help myself.
Wow, Linhardt. That's not cool, man. Alright, Sylvain and Hilda.
Yummy! Who made...
Yeah, you just get it.
and Bernadetta. Leone. Whatever. No training today, just stuff in our faces.
That looks delicious.
Ooh, this is my favorite.
Alright, let's check out some supports. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that, because I'm pretty sure that this episode is going to run over long if I do that. So let's save those for next time. And I'll also just mention that I need to promote Marianne. I forgot about that at the beginning of the episode, but I did get a beginner seal so I can promote her to monk. So I need to remember to do that. I don't really know how mentioning this here is going to help with that, but whatever. Anyway, so that'll do it for this episode. Next time, we'll do a bunch of supports and then probably an auxiliary battle or 3. Till then.